News Channel.
News tonight, a very interesting story has come up at Kiamichi campgrounds. A sighting of the legendary Sasquatch has been reported in the nearby mountains.
Yes, Bob, I have an original story to cover up on that.
Let's start it over.
This is News Center 12 at Kiamichi campgrounds.
On top of the news tonight, a very interesting story has come up at the Kiamichi campgrounds. A sighting of the legendary Sasquatch has been reported in the nearby mountains.
Yes, Bob, I have an original story to cover up on that. A few minutes ago, a phone rang at our studio, and someone reported of a foul smell so putrid that they were forced to vacate the premises. Professor R.T. Grizzly states that this could be evidence of the legendary creature known as Skunkus apus, otherwise known as skunk ape or Sasquatch.
Furthermore, Rajim, a young lady...
Hey, could you give him a glass of water, please?
Certainly, Rajim. Furthermore, Rajim, a young lady by the name of Jennifer Henry was reported as being attacked by the beast, and she evidently had scratches upon her arms to verify it. Now, to the best of our knowledge, one camper has actual footage of the skunk ape in action.
This discovery is one of the great magnitude. But, Bob, it could have serious... Could you give him another glass of water? Excuse me. This discovery is one of great magnitude. But, Bob, it could have serious negative implications upon the campers if appropriate precautions are not taken immediately.
Exactly, Regime. This shall serve as an advisory warning to all individuals within the Kiamichi Wilderness Watershed region. Campers should stay indoors at all times, and in the event of a Sasquatch raid, please call 555-RAID.
Our operators will be standing by to receive any reports you may have. And to wrap up tonight's newscast, we have brought the world's leading authority on Sasquatch research, Professor R.T. Grizzly. Professor, would you give us of your opinion on this situation?
Sorry, guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Janine Burns from CBS News. I have the latest update on the Sasquatch disaster. I'm going to go interview a couple of girls that are waiting on their bus, and I'm going to ask them some questions of how they feel about this disaster. Hi. I'm Janine Burns from CBS News, and I'm here to ask you some questions about how you feel about the Sasquatch disaster.
Well, what do you want to know?
Are you scared?
Yeah, you might say that.
What are you doing here? Waiting on a bus?
Yeah, we're waiting on a bus, and we're trying to sing to sort of keep our spirits going or something. How would you feel under these conditions?
Have y'all had to evacuate?
That's what we're trying to do now, but our bus is about 30 minutes late, so I don't know.
Have you seen the monster, or whatever this Sasquatch is?
We saw footprints last night around our windows.
Have any of the girls actually seen him, what he looks like?
I don't think they have.
What about...
Well, last night, in the window, we heard something in the window, and we all woke up, and all the girls were screaming, so I ran over there. And we were just in time, and we saw something going away in the woods out that direction. But we didn't see what it was.
Let me ask the girls some questions. How do you feel about this?
Scared.
You want to go home? Thank you. You want your mommy.
As you see, the girls are sort of going, we're all sort of going hysterical under these conditions.
Yes.
Telling what people do.
You're in our prayers always, and that's all I have to say, and thank you for letting me.
Come on round the mountain when she comes.
Elmer Judd was taking a winter walk down a dirt road. He was startled by a huge bumping sound. Then the creature, face to face, about 50 yards, and they saw each other. Then the creature silently walked off. Another victim was looking for his toy plane around some trees. In the late 70s, the rapid showing of figures in the Sasquatch encounters started to decrease, but now it's 1986. And he's back again to terrorize innocent people and destroy property. This creature has enormous feet, huge structure, and has a stink like no other creature on Earth. Many people only reported their sightings, but we have actual film footage of the Sasquatch beast. This is an actual footage of the Sasquatch at the Kiamichi campgrounds. Was an Indian guide, as he has seen the creature, and he's still quite numb. We talked with Tekka.
The Sasquatch had stole my squaw. He's also stole my chickens and my cows. He's also stole my tobacco, and here's an actual footprint of his foot. Right here. It's a rather large footprint, maybe be about 8 feet tall. Notice the big toes on him. My grandfather told me of him. When I was little, my grandfather told me of a legend of the Sasquatch, but I did not believe him. But now I do. He must be eating a heck of a lot of Twinkies.
Three boys were walking back from a camping trip. When suddenly, the creature attacked them. One boy was carried off by the Sasquatch. And was never seen again. Loy Robson has had numerous attacks on his land and destruction of property.
I spent all my life working to get these things, and look what happened. He tore the top off the water tower, $200,000 for that thing. And he tore up the sewage system and everything, I tell you. Such god-awful screams at night, wakes me up, everything.
Simpkins was driving home on the road to his house one night. He had just come back from a Tupperware party at his mother-in-law's. When suddenly, he saw something in the road and slammed on his brakes. Suddenly jumped out of his truck to see what it was. Wahoo McDaniel was sitting on a rock out behind his farm, thinking over some family problems. Times were tough. The Sasquatch had brought a lot of destruction and devastation. Oh.
Ladies and gents, this is the actual sound of the Sasquatch snoring. It's Friday night at Kiamichi campgrounds, and we're going to have live footage of this Sasquatch creature snoring. He's hairy and he stinks.
So, a word of warning to all you people out there with a Sasquatch, skunk ape, whatever. You better get inside and lock your doors before people start disappearing.
Hi, I'm Hill. I'm sure you know Ward. We've developed an exciting new fruit drink that's going to knock your socks off. Tomatoes from Australia.